Hello everyone, in this particular video we are going to see a quick revision of the valuation under the Customs Act. From the exam perspective, there is a guarantee of 5 to 8 marks around this chapter. Okay, now let us see the format for the valuation under the Customs Act. The cost up to the place of export, including the transport cost and the loading cost up to the place of export shall be added. As per Rule 10, Sub-Rule 1, the following costs shall be added. The seller commission that are paid by the buyer shall be added. The cost incurred on the design shall be added, excluding the design costs that are incurred in India. The cost incurred on inputs, materials, and opposition cost in case of capital goods that are incurred by the buyer. After adding all the above mentioned costs, we will be arriving at the FOB value as per customs. In case if the above mentioned costs are incurred in foreign currency, the same shall be converted to the rupees. For the purpose of converting into Indian rupees, the exchange rate shall be determined as follows. In case of import, the exchange rate prevailing on the date of filing bill of exchange shall be taken. And in case of export, the exchange rate prevailing on the date of filing shipping bill shall be taken. So after converting all the above mentioned cost into Indian rupees, we will be arriving at the FOB value as per Customs Act in rupees. After that, in order to arrive at CIF value or the assessable value, the following things shall be added. Firstly, the transport cost up to the place of import. However, in case of air transport, the transport cost is restricted to 20% of the FOB value. And in case the transport cost is not ascertainable, it shall be calculated at the rate of 20% on the FOB value. The ship demurrage charges, the litterage charges, the bargage charges shall be considered as a part of the transport cost. Secondly, the insurance cost shall be added. And in case if the insurance cost is not ascertainable, it shall be calculated at the rate of 1.125% on the FOB value. So both the transport cost and the insurance cost shall be added in order to arrive at the CIF value. For the purpose of arriving at the CIF value, the following things shall not be added. The landing charges, the transshipment cost, the buyer's commission, cost that are not part of the condition of sales, and the unloading cost at the place of the import shall not be added. After adding and not adding the above mentioned cost, we will be arriving at the CIF value, that is called assessable value. The basic custom duty is ascertained by multiplying the custom duty rate on the CIF value. Okay, now let's see how to find the custom duty rate. In case of import, the custom duty rate is determined as the earlier of the following 2 dates, that is the date of presentation of the bill of exchange and the date of entry inwards or arrival. In case of export, the custom duty rate prevailing on the date of let export order shall be taken. The social welfare surcharge is calculated at the rate of 10% on the basic custom duty. And finally, the IGST is calculated on the sum of the CIF value, basic custom duty and social welfare surcharge. If you want to download today's lecture in PDF form, you can download it from our Telegram channel. The link of the Telegram channel is given in the description. You can check it there. Okay guys, we'll see you in the next lecture video.